An environmental disaster of historic proportions has struck Israel in recent weeks, as a series of massive wildfires erupted across multiple regions of the country. It all began with a sudden blaze on the outskirts of Haifa, where a thick, ominous column of smoke engulfed the coastal city. Fanned by strong Mediterranean winds, the flames spread rapidly through dry brush and forested areas, forcing authorities to evacuate entire neighborhoods and shut down schools and public institutions. The situation worsened dramatically as the fire advanced toward the Carmel Forest region, where homes were consumed within minutes, triggering scenes of panic. Emergency teams sounded sirens to alert residents, while helicopters dropped water and fire retardant from the air in an attempt to control multiple fronts. Israeli television broadcasted live footage of walls of fire that looked like scenes from hell, engulfing trees and urban structures within seconds. Meanwhile, the city of Safed in the north battled its own wildfire in a densely wooded mountainous zone. The combination of steep terrain, dry vegetation, and soaring temperatures posed a major challenge for firefighters. Specialized aircraft dropped flame retardant to prevent the fire from climbing the hills, while firefighters and volunteers worked side by side to protect nearby homes. The south of the country wasn't spared either. Near Beersheba, in the Negev desert, another blaze broke out across dry grasslands, believed to be triggered by extreme heat. Emergency sirens and mobile alerts urged immediate evacuations, particularly in vulnerable kibbutzim. Images of elderly residents being guided through smoke-filled paths by volunteers circulated widely across the country. In Jerusalem, the situation reached alarming levels. A massive wildfire swept through wooded areas surrounding the city and quickly approached residential zones. Highways 1 and 38 were promptly closed, and train services were suspended. Entire neighborhoods were evacuated, including areas such as Zion, Shalom, Melody Zons, Light Z, and Beit Meir. The government declared a national emergency and urgently requested international assistance from countries like Greece and Italy. According to authorities and environmental experts, the causes of these fires are complex. A prolonged drought, soaring temperatures, strong winds, and extremely dry vegetation have created the perfect storm. Climate change has played a major role in worsening these conditions. Additionally, human error, from poorly extinguished campfires to discarded cigarettes, is not being ruled out as a contributing factor. Over 55 firefighting units and emergency teams were deployed in Jerusalem alone, including airplanes and helicopters targeting the most active hotspots. The Israeli Air Force joined aerial firefighting efforts. Schools, kindergartens, and community centers were turned into improvised shelters for the displaced, many of whom still didn't know by nightfall if they'd be able to return to their homes. Hospitals in Haifa, Tel Aviv, and Beersheba treated dozens of people for smoke inhalation and minor burns. Poor air quality prompted public health warnings in several regions. Authorities urged residents to keep windows shut and avoid outdoor activities. The environmental toll has been devastating. Thousands of hectares of forest have been reduced to ash, leaving countless animals without habitat. Environmental groups warn of long-term ecological damage and biodiversity loss in protected areas. Animal rescue teams have managed to save some pets and livestock, but the full extent of the tragedy for wildlife remains immeasurable. Survivor testimonies are heartbreaking. Sarah, a mother living in Jerusalem, recounted fleeing with her children in the middle of the night, leaving everything behind. I saw the flames through the window. I grabbed what I could and we ran. I don't know if we'll ever return or if our home will still be there, she said, her voice breaking. Amid the chaos, stories of bravery also emerged. In one Jerusalem neighborhood, a group of volunteers rescued an elderly couple trapped in their home as the flames approached. Acts of humanity and solidarity like this were repeated across the country, demonstrating the strength and unity of the Israeli people in the face of adversity. As fires begin to subside in some areas, efforts are now shifting toward recovery. The Prime Minister announced special funding for reconstruction, psychological support for affected families, and a long-term reforestation plan. Environmental management policies are also under review to help prevent similar disasters in the future. The Israeli army remains on alert, and emergency units are still deployed given the risk of new flare-ups due to ongoing weather conditions. Patrols are monitoring vulnerable areas while investigations continue into the specific origins of the fires. For many Israelis, the crisis is far from over. The fires have left a deep mark not only on the country's landscape, but also on its collective memory. The challenge now is to rebuild, heal, and better prepare for a future where such climate-driven disasters may become more frequent.